want to report on the story, man, out of North Kingstown, Rhode Island.
Right.
Yeah, man, we got a small carrier up there that just got hit by a healthy fine by the United States Attorney's Office District of Rhode Island. They reported that M&D Transportation was caught up in a scam of emission tampering. The owner of M&D Transportation is Mr. Michael J. Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah, they convicted him for conspiring to violate Clean Air Act through diesel truck engine tuning to bypass emission controls. It said he admitted to disabling truck monitoring systems so vehicles could operate without emission by increasing their horsepower and torque, and that caused, according to the EPA, a hike in pollution due to carbon emission. They sentenced Collins to 3 years probation with a $50,000 fine on his persons and $250,000 fine in total to his companies. They said the scheme involved trucking companies nationwide and foreign, national over nearly 5 years. Vehicles were tuned up via laptop connected to engines, disabling emission control detections. Businesses were marked on their business for doing the work was marked on Facebook at $3,650 per truck. The funds were split between the co-conspirators, according to the Rhode Island District Attorney's Office,
Mm,
and they aim to increase profits by reducing truck maintenance needs, but
hmm.
violated environmental laws.
Right.
Feels sometimes like the environmental laws go hand in hand with the uh, uh, maintenance community in diesel.
Hmm. Well, at times it would feel that way because most of the issues with the maintenance laws, it seems like it hurts the small trucker.
Yeah, it
it, it,
does.
it feels that way at times because that $3,600 payment that lets me know, well, from the years that I've been hearing about, guys getting their trucks deleted, was somewhere between 1,500 to $3,600 price range that I've been hearing. Guys who had older trucks with just the EGR valve,
Right.
they was looking at about 1,500. Guys who had the newer trucks with the complete def system, they were looking at about $3,600 to get their stuff
Has it
deleted.
always been 3,600 though for the newer trucks? Like even back in 2000? Well, you said it came out when?
I think I remember DPF coming out around 2009, 2008, 2009. Then Def came out around 2010, 2011. Not too long after that, when the
Right.
DEF came out. Guys weren't, far as I know, guys weren't deleting it right away at the time because shops had to get the opportunity to learn the system and learn how to work it.
Yeah,
So
I just wanted to agree with you. You are right. I don't know where my mind was because I forgot. Because I remember a mechanic explained to me how they work. They use the computer to actually delete it, but they have to mechanically go in there and block off your EGR so that liquids won't flow. So go ahead.
right.
Yeah, I just wanted to interject to let you know I'm back on track now. I
Yeah.
just started drinking my coffee.
Yeah. Now some shops would do it one of two ways. Now some shops wouldn't do a complete delete.
Right.
Some shops would just delete it, through the computer. Just go in the
Mm,
computer, plug their computer up to your truck and delete it in the ECM so the ECM wouldn't recognize it. And
right.
so basically they'd do a delete that way. Other shops would actually go in and delete it and block stuff off,
Right.
so that it's no longer being used for
Right.
oil and that coolant to pass through it.
Exactly. Exactly. You're right. They had two ways of doing it.
Right.
Right. Yeah. 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 It's coming back to me now.
Hmm.
Cause I had an older truck I wanted to get deleted, but I ended up backing off of it because we heard so many different horror stories about so many things to go wrong if the mechanic didn't know what he was doing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and that was pretty much what a lot of those guys face. But this
Mm,
guy, I guess a lot of people would probably want to know why would someone want to delete the truck,
right,
as opposed to, hey, why not just go and get you another truck? Man,
right.
it's so many variables tied into that. Some guys, a lot of us are emotionally tied
Yeah,
to the equipment. And I know you've spoken a lot of times. Like for people who may not know, you know, I was one that was kind of fairly emotionally tied to my truck because I got
yes,
it
you
out the
were.
mud. I got it
Yeah.
out the mud,
Hmm.
and so I tried to do what I could to take care of it,
Right,
and try to do what I could to stay on top of my maintenance. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna go get nothing new. But then you come to those crossroads at times where you're trying to figure out, okay, do I keep what I have
right,
or do I upgrade?
right,
Right now I'm not really consistent enough to upgrade and get a brand new truck payment. But at the same time, what I got is causing problems.
right.
you know,
Exactly.
and so those are the crossroads, and that's where we've stressed a lot about having that business education, to have gone to school for
Very
business, having an
important.
understanding for business, because it teaches you to take your emotions out of it
Right,
and look at the numbers. So
right,
regardless of what I like or what I have, this is what I have to do. And sometimes when you getting it out the mud, you don't always know, dog, what I don't know which way to go.
right.
So I'm just trusting in God, maybe, to
Exactly.
lead me the right way. And
Yep.
so a lot of guys would probably hold on to what they have, because if you get you a newer truck, and you start having those issues out of that truck, and all of a sudden, okay, if you decide to keep it, what are you going to deal with in the long run in repairs and maintenance costs keeping it? If you
Right,
decide to get you something new, add up the cost of doing all those things. So I think those guys, every guy will have to make a personal decision on what's going to be the best for them. Talk to a CPA,
right.
because it's so crucial to understand, to thrive in your business, to understand what's going to be the best step for you.
Right, right, and then and then on top of that, it just well at one point in time, it's hard to say if it's still like this, but it just depends on what are you in trucking for. Are you in trucking to just be trucking, or are you being in trucking to actually grow your business? And when I say trucking, I'm speaking from the owner operator's perspective.
Right.
If you're in there to grow your business, like Gene said, you can't have sentimental value. You got to be looking at growing, and that truck is a machine that could always be replaced. Yeah. So in short, doing business, please stay analytical. It'll get you far.